Hey, welcome back to CMA Industry Week and this interesting ride that Importel has put us on this afternoon. Um, Literally hopping from category to category, from OEM integration to high-end car audio to and everything in between, motorcycles, you name it. And that's not going to stop because we're going to get into a category that we haven't discussed yet, and it's something they're pretty excited about because it hasn't been that long they've had this brand, and of course, I'm referring to Excess Power batteries. Let's get Kelly Hawley, their director of sales, on to give us a little bit of background on this new relationship. Hello, Kelly.
Hey, Ben. Nice to have us back again. Thanks, man.
Oh, yeah. So, Excess Power, I know that you guys are pretty amped. Get it? Amped. To have this brand. It certainly is a brand that is well known, established, made in USA, and has a presence in so many different segments, whether it's motorsports or car audio or whatnot. So, I'd like to hear from the horse's mouth, you. Why now? Why Excess Power, and what does that fill in your lineup or need? That does it fill?
We've been looking at it's just the battery category and actually having a reputable battery. We've been looking for starting battery, and we kind of been getting a larger, greater call for the lithium side of life as well. We weren't really looking at lithium as a starting battery, but it happens that, it comes along with it. They actually do have a lithium starting battery now. We were looking more on the AGM side of life to add a starting battery to our lineup, and that's where Excess Power fell in. That's where we were directed, and we've been it took us almost a year to come to a agreement and get this actually going, with COVID and everything slowing it down a little bit when we first started looking, and now we're going full force and adding SKUs daily. We went from starting with about 16 SKUs to 20 SKUs in the first run, and subsequently we just ordered or added another 24 SKUs. So now we're sitting over, now with just Excess Power batteries alone, we're 40 plus SKUs between AGM and lithium SKUs in the building now.
So I'm going to guess that it was well received.
It was very well received. Lots of phone calls, lots of sales, and I think and we're only a month in, so we're excited about where it's going to go over the next 12 months. And like I said, we're just scratching the surface now, where we just started with the partnership with Excess Power.
Well, for those dealers that are tuning in, we're about to get our learn on, because we have a specialist from Excess Power that will be joining us again, of course. And here's everything. We're about to go down everything you need to know about Excess Power batteries. His name is Shawn Mayo, and he is the product specialist from Excess Power, all the way from Tennessee. What's going on, Shawn?
Hey, how's it going? I'm glad to be here.
All right. Not your first time here, so welcome back, I should say.
Thank you.
But this time around, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different arena from the last time. Last time we kind of had to do a speed dating class and just go get to know each other and get in and out, maybe talk about one or two SKUs. We got a lot more time this time, and we really want you to kind of spread out, the offering, so that the dealers who are tuning in get a better understanding of, what Excess Power is all about, the SKUs or the lines, how that all lays out in your offering. And we'll circle back maybe with some questions. But first, let's just start off real quick. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the brand, so that those who don't know will now know.
All right. So the brand is obviously Excess Power batteries. We started about roughly 15 years ago in the, I would say, more audio-based market, maybe some slight racing market in the very beginning, mostly strictly AGMs, nothing beyond that. And since then, we've grown. We love growing into what we call new territories, such as power sports, marine, even heavier car audio. We love advancing our horizons on even new technology. We call ourselves Excess Power batteries, but we also do capacitors. We also do lithium. We consider ourselves a jack of all trades. And in 15 years, we've continued to grow and expand into all these different categories to be able to fill so many voids for great distributors such as Importel, to be able to really fill those needs for whatever they need, whatever their customers need. We're able to meet those. And since then, we've grown all across the sector. You can see us all across the racing scene. You can see us in the audio scene. You can see us on boats. You can see us being powered, solar home items. You can see us pretty much anywhere there's a 12-volt battery, you can find excess power.
All right, that's a pretty darn good description of what it's all about. These are products which are engineered, designed, manufactured mostly, or all. Like, what is where are these products made?
So our lithium and our super banks are made here in the United States. We take
Nice.
great pride in that. We're located here in Knoxville, Tennessee. We also have a branch in Las Vegas and another branch in New York, which is 3 pretty spread out locations across the United States, which allows us to really meet the needs of our American distributors. And when we set up for things like that, we really hope to succeed all across the board. Our home place was Knoxville, Tennessee, which is where we are now. We take great pride in the fact that our lithium and our super banks that we ship around the world are made here in Knoxville by our hands. We love what we do, and we love building what we love, and we get to share that with, again, distributors like Importel.
Well, Kelly, how much does that mean, from the distribution standpoint, to be able to offer a product that's made here and engineered right here for our climate?
I believe it's a great advantage because made in North America is a big thing in the consumer's eyes. So when we're offering products that are actually manufactured and assembled and shipped from the United States to us, it's a big advantage in the customer side. Going back to shipping and how they make their super banks and their lithium product in the building, I can contest to a couple of weeks ago we ordered almost $4,500 worth of batteries in just 2 batteries. They were 2 lithium 1500 Superbank 1500s, which retail at about $4,600 Canadian. Shawn told me it was going to be about 60 days. They shipped them to me in less than 2 weeks. They had them built and out the door to me.
Built out the door.
Out the door. Yeah,
the $2,000 batteries each plus.
Yeah, they were
crazy.
It's pretty crazy how fast they had the turnaround for us on those 2 1500s.
Very nice to have that kind of support and local. I'll consider that local, North American made. It's local. Okay, what do you think, Shawn? Should we maybe start with your presentation?
Sure, whatever you guys would like to do.
Yeah, I think we'll do that. Give you an opportunity to kind of go through the line. Kelly and I will take notes. We'll ask questions, maybe if there is questions that come up, and definitely circle back at the end.
Perfect.
All right. Away you go.
All right, so that's our company logo. That's the one you'll see on most of our products we manufacture. That's how it started. That's a little bit of information about me, kind of my position here. I'm also the head of Team Excess Power, which is kind of a cool little thing. We're founded by competitors. We get some of our best ideas from competitors. We're competitor based when we started. So I'm also the head of Team Excess Power, which does racing, car audio, anywhere there's competition needing a battery. That's where us, and also helps as far as expansion. That's my email and that's my extension, just in case you can't get a hold of Kelly.
All right. So you're the captain of the Team Excess Power. Of Team Excess Power.
That is correct.
Sweet. All right.
All right. So obviously, Excess Power was founded about 15 years ago. I've kind of already went into who is Excess Power.
Right.
Excess Power, there's a lot of reasons why Excess Power is good for your customers. There's just several things. I mean, we've been in the business for 15 years. We're not a company that's very young in the fact that we may not have a lot of experience in certain areas. We have experience in battery manufacturing. We've grown with time, as many people have seen the shift from previous vented acid batteries into AGM markets, and even advancements within the AGM market itself. We've been there, we've created, and we've advanced those. In a lot of ways, we consider ourselves at the forefront of these types of technologies. You can bet that any product or distributor you buy from, that is buying the product from us, find the best possible product. So I'll explain a little bit more as we go along about product information, some general information. I'll try not to speck you to death, bore you to sleep, but I can't promise anything. I try not to bore Kelly too much, but I'll give you some really good information to take back. It's whether you're a consumer or a dealer or a distributor, to take back and to look at, potentially bringing in and talking to Importel about getting some product from us. And then I am ready to be rapid fired with questions at the very end when you're ready.
All right.
I kind of explained a little bit. This is some of the different stuff we do. This goes over the last slide a little bit as far as who we are. We're a manufacturer of batteries, chargers, and genuine accessories. That could mean a variety of different things: terminal, post connections, different chargers, big three type products, things like that. We were founded in 2005. Obviously, we're located here in Knoxville, Tennessee, our main location, and that's some of the different things we're into. And that's also a big one, that we are available. We kind of think of ourselves as nimble. We love to navigate with the market as far as we'd love to help out if we see a need, we see a void we could fill, such as if Kelly comes to me about a potentially challenging void he's got to fill and they're coming to him, he needs answers, he comes to us. So we love the ability to accommodate for OEM applications across the board. And again, we've kind of talked about as far as our selection, we've got everything from power sports, from D series, which is your daily drivers, to lithium opportunities, to power sports batteries, to marine and solar applications. And that's a great one. We have many direct fit batteries for the hood. Pretty much any battery you need, we probably make something for it. If we don't, we will. We love the idea of taking new challenge to things. We also offer on our main site, which is 4 excesspower.com. You'll see, if you drop down to the top, it will tell you what stock battery fits in your vehicle, what battery we offer, and what terminals you'll need to complete the installation. I can tell you from personal experience, when I first started at Excess Power, when I first became more familiar with the brand from a manufacturing side, less from a competitor side, it was so helpful to be able to just type those numbers in and know exactly what size battery I've had to fit instead of going out there with a tape measure.
All right.
I've already explained this one too. This is the fact that we're enthusiast driven. We have myself, who's a decorated car audio world champion, and then we had the other couple of sales reps, and one of them is a dirt track racing. He's been in dirt track. He's won multiple world titles. We have people that are into hot rods. We have people that are into marine. We just love what we do. I think that bleeds over into our product offering.
Hold on. Did you say you're a decorated car audio champion?
I am.
Well, we can spend at least 30 seconds learning about that. I think that's really relevant to what we're talking about over here. Tell us more.
Sure. So now you want to spend 30 seconds or 30 minutes, because we're going to have to cut.
Okay, 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute.
DB Drag is obviously probably the premier organization in the United States for competition. I've competed in there for several years. I've competed in Mecca and won multiple world records and multiple world titles in each of those organizations. Even as far as USAC and IASC, the different organizations I've sat in, I've also built vehicles for teammates that have went on to do great things. I like to just be in the scene altogether, and I tend to compete I tend to start off at I'll just start competing, and then it becomes I have to be the best at all costs, which again,
I need to destroy everybody.
It kind of bleeds over into we must make the best products. We can't handle anything but making the best, and we kind of hit that.
And needless to ask, those systems were powered by Excess Power batteries?
Oh yes.
Fair enough. I don't know, Kelly, about you, but I thought that was kind of important to set the precedence that the guy we're talking to from Excess Power knows about car audio. I'm just saying.
Yes, and the SPLC and the SPLC and batteries to boot. So it's a very relevant subject.
Yes, absolutely. Shawn, if you don't mind, I'd like to, if you could try taking out your earbuds and seeing if they'll be a little bit clearer without them. I'm getting a little bit of hello, just test it out. Make sure we still got you on audio.
Yeah, hang on just a minute.
Oh, yes, perfect. Let's go like that. Okay, continue. Car audio champion. He didn't put that in the proposal, and he in the presentation. He should. Here we go. Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. So this kind of went over again. This is kind of an overview of the first slide. The battery selection, guys, tells you what size battery you need, what potential wattage that battery may take, if you're wanting a lithium, a power sports, a D series, and what other options may work. We may not offer a direct fit due to the massive variety of battery options that are out there for OEM vehicles, but we may have something that would work for even the most difficult of battery placements and products. We also give some information with every battery. And Kelly, I'm sure more to preach you about this. We offer a instruction guide for every single battery we offer, charging, maintaining the battery, how a warranty would be claimed, things like that. General information about the product, what you can expect performance-wise, what you shouldn't do, general information about the product, an educated user. And then adding extra batteries. So this one's a really good one. We like to put in our sheets. And again, this is more of a question that somebody would reach out to Kelly for. We also give a primary wattage rating and a secondary wattage rating. So if you're using this as a primary under the hood vehicle battery, you'll need to go by a certain wattage rating, or if you're using it as a secondary. So if you've got like a dual battery setup for a 3,000 to 4,000 watt stereo system, you'll need to use another wattage rating. This is just a fitment guide example. It's pretty, I know it's kind of hard to read from here. This is just something that we've kind of created for people like Importel to be able to look at the power sports side. Obviously, we don't offer an OEM application guide on our site for a direct autofill for a power sports application, but we are working on that quickly. So if you reach out to Importel and you have if you have a Can-Am or you have a Polaris or something like that, you can reach out to them and they can get you hooked up with, or one of their dealers can get you hooked up with what you need as far as fitment wise. Again, less guessing, more knowledge. Okay, so this brings us to our first section. This is what I would consider what kind of started us all as far as excess power wise. The D Series AGM is your most versatile option of AGM we have. This is a 3-year warranty product. This is under the hood safe. And this is probably, I would say the one pictured is a D3400. So that would be a D Series Group 3400. That's probably the best selling AGM we have as far as 12 volt versions. Has the highest cranking amps, reserve capacity, and amp hours compared to any battery in its size available. It's made out of vibration resistant, high quality AGM. So basically, it's just a really good AGM. It can handle the harshest of environments. It can handle sand. It can handle cold. I know me and Kelly like to talk about a cold situation.
I was going to ask you that because, there's a lot of batteries I've heard that didn't really perform in the weather that we have to deal with up here.
Yeah, we talked about some of the Saskatchewan weather and the -40s for prolonged period of times. And the D Series is built and designed and will work in those type of environments. Going to inventory, what we talked about, we just added an extra 22 or 24 SKUs. That was bringing in almost every D Series AGM battery that they stock. So our girth is pretty deep. Our bandwidth now with the D Series batteries is pretty wide. We'll likely have an OEM fit battery now available in the D Series if anybody's looking for one.
And is that one that dealers are calling for?
It's all of them.
Okay.
It seems to be a mix of everything, right from D Series right through to the Lithium, and even the power sports we're getting calls on already. So it's a little mix of everything. So that's why we've expanded by an extra 22 or 24 SKUs in less than 3 weeks.
Yeah, well, I have a feeling that's going to go a little bit further even. But okay, let's just keep going with this.
All right, so the XP series is more of our supplementary version. This is great for solar. This is a cost-effective battery. This is great for marine purposes. So if you're powering a boat, you need to power, a lot of stereo wattage, or you need a lot of reserve. This is perfect for you. Now, the one different one about this one is that they're not as good. They're not rated for under the hood. They're not made to withstand under the hood temperatures such as the D series. They're made for supplemental powers where reserve capacity and amp hours are present at a more cost-effective price than the D series. This one does have a 2-year warranty, and they're offered in multiple sizes. This is very common for the secondary type battery setup. So if somebody comes in and is using a 1,000-watt amp, they need a battery for it. They need a small battery kit for it. This is where we offer something like that.
All right, and obviously for marine application, of course.
Correct.
All right.
And Ben, just for a quick point, we have in our flyer that was emailed out today to all our dealers, there is an XP750 CK, which is the kit version of the XP in there on special until March 31st.
There you go. Get in
Back
on
to
that
Ben.
deal. All right. Let's keep it rolling.
So this page is just a little information about the wattage rating of the XP. Excess Power here, we're founded on information. We don't like, we love giving you every spec we know on our batteries. We don't like having a battery pop up and only have 3 to 4 specs. We love being able to give our dealers and our distributors and our consumers the knowledge to be able to say why they chose us. This is a great example of this. Is we're constantly striving for a 750 and 950. Those are smaller. The 950 is a common battery for a lawnmower. It's a U1 application. If you've ever heard battery sizes, the 2500, the 2000, the 3000 are for marine. So the 1500 was added because we were getting a higher demand of power sports applications that weren't under the hood, that wanted a cost-effective battery that could fit in their budget but still perform to their expectations. They wanted a product, they wanted our name, so we delivered, and that's where the XP 1500 came in.
Okay, question for you, Shawn, and maybe I missed this, but in a marine application, we usually use sizes like 31, 27. Like what is the equivalent here?
So the XP 2000 is roughly a group 24.
A group 24. Okay, yep.
The XP 2500 is going to be a group 27, and then the XP 3000 is a group 31.
31. Okay, gotcha. That's the 3000 water. Okay.
This is that combo kit. I knew Kelly was going to say that, so I left it in here.
You read your mind.
I did. I was typing ahead of time before you got to the slide. This is just a good example of our kit. This is a great, what we call an add a battery kit for a small extra system. You can see it comes with the battery terminals at the bottom. It comes with fuse holders, zip ties, mounting hardware, a window box, XP 750 D6.
Oh, we got Shawn clipping out a little bit. Is he clipping out for you a bit, Kelly?
He is.
Yeah. All right. If you don't mind, Kelly, why don't you take over and explain this kit?
So the kit consists of the XP 750 battery. It comes with a link to power lead to go with it. OFC copper, of course. Battery terminals, distribution blocks, and all the necessary connections to add this as a secondary battery, minus the fact that you will need a battery isolator, which we also offer.
Yes, you would need an isolator to make that work, no? Or yes, to optimize that.
Yes, you should. Yes, absolutely. You need a battery isolator to optimize it.
Okay. Let's see if we can get Shawn back here. Hopefully his mic's back. Shawn, you still with us? Getting a little bit of delay. Let's see. Shawn, I'm going to recommend that you actually disconnect and come back in. Maybe we just got a bad connection, and I'm sure Kelly can handle at least a slide or two here before you get back. Okay? All right. There we go.
Oh, great. Throw me on the spot.
This is what I do. This is why you pay us the big bucks.
We should have. And I took this one from Ramesh. Ramesh should have been here.
Yeah, well.
So let's talk about the Titan then while we wait for Shawn to come back. So the Titan is a lithium battery. Titan 8, they come in 2 different versions. Well, they come in 3, a 12, a 14, and a 16-volt model. It's modular design. The last episode we showed how these all connect together. If you look at the image, you can see some of the silver hardware on the side of it that allows you to bolt these together. All the connections are done from the bottom, so your wiring goes up through a channel on either side to make it look clean, so you don't actually see any wiring. You do have top post available on it if necessary, and they can be run in parallel with AGM style batteries. So you can actually have a lithium in the rear of the vehicle as a storage cell, which is what this particular model is for, as well as you could have an AGM starting battery in the front.
I'm going to say this now because it's blatantly obvious. Most batteries don't have cool design elements like this.
They do not. Most batteries have a top or side post
and a sticker.
It's thicker.
And it comes a little ugly. Baggy with your wing nuts.
Yeah, and all your wires are exposed and not so. Going into our world or the car audio world, where sometimes presentation in the trunk of the vehicle is required, especially in custom builds, this is a very clean looking option where you can hide all wires and just see the actual tops of these batteries, and they'll present very well in that type of application.
Absolutely. I think we got Sean back. We'll see if we can get his audio up. All right, Sean, we're talking about Titan 8.
My favorite subject.
He's back. Awesome.
So, I mean, Kelly went over the main points, and we were just saying how, you've integrated design elements of how to showcase this battery. And not just for you. Oh, what do you have in your hand there? Is that something you want to show us?
I brought a little show and tell for you.
Oh, show and tell. We love show and tell.
This box presentation is a big deal both here. We like to have all the information like we talked to you about. This is a mounting paper. This shows you what your size would need to be to mount the battery. As you can see, the box is completely foamed in. She's typed in. There's no worries about her getting damaged. You can see our logos embossed on the front, on the sides. It even says Made in USA on the top. Inside also comes with your directions and your state of charge, your first charging information, just some general information about the product, what kind of some recommendations are as far as performance and maintenance out of them. Are you guys hearing me okay?
Oh, yeah. Keep going.
Yeah, perfect.
Perfect. So there you go. That is a Titan 8.
Yes, sir.
So this is a really cool product. It's something that obviously you can't just find anywhere that's something similar. This is something that I would call proprietary. That's all its own. This is what we call a RSVS6. This is one of the Titan models. This is actually the second biggest Titan model. And as you can tell, it's super huge, from being how big it is in front of me.
Yeah.
It has conventional style top post that are labeled positive and negative. As you can see, it says some information about the lithium content on the inside and where it's made on the top. Check this out, though. This is the end cap. So this is where you'll connect most of your conventional style wiring connections.
Basically the clean wire system.
Which is the reason why you were given this paper, is so you could mount it as a vanishing wire rack, pretty much. Or a battery rack.
Very nice.
So if you mount it flat, you don't have to worry about anything getting near. You mount it flat, there's no wires showing. And then if you need to connect anything for the top for an emergency or something like that, or you just like conventional style post, we have those available for you too. So see these are Allen, these are typical Allen key connections. On the end here, these are actually how you link multiples together. There's no need for a giant bus bar. There's no need for a giant busing system that needs to be added. Comes with these. What you'll get is you'll get something that looks like this. You'll get a set of hardware to mount it. You'll get the middle thing, which is a connector to connect multiples together. So you can see that link. It'll sit right there. And then you'll connect multiples together, just like that. And it comes with the link. They're embossed Titan 8 on the outside. I don't know if you can see it. And then you can see the black screws.
I must say, if a battery could be sexy, that would be it right there.
Yeah, Ben, the guy, Sean, when he talks, did you notice he talks about his battery as a she? So
yeah, I know. I noticed.
He must really like his batteries.
In the feminine sense. In the feminine sense. And for the folks watching, Sean was having a little bit of problem before. You know what? His computer crashed right before we went live. So the fact that we've been able to pull this off on the phone, thank goodness, because we love having you on, Sean. So just wanted to let the people know what's going on.
Sorry about the technical difficulties. And
hey, man,
American problem.
They happen. Welcome to live.
Welcome to live. That's what it's all about. All right, let's keep going here. There we go. Titan 8 BCI. Take it away, Sean.
BCI model. You get the same performance as your Titan, but in a under-the-hood casing. This is one of our biggest creations. This is one of our most exciting products that we have. The reason why is because a user can basically support 5,000 or more watts under the hood of their vehicle on a stalk alternator without having to increase their charging voltage. They can run them with AGMs, which is a great thing. You can expect 15 plus years out of this model under the hood in a daily use application with maintenance as an AGM charger. So there's no reason to buy a lithium charger. you can simply use one of our AGM chargers. I know Kelly and them have a small fortune of them, of our AGM chargers, that they would love to show you all the features about, that I didn't bring one today. If you can see on the top, you'll see something sticking up from the top of that battery. It is a voltmeter. Basically, it's a flush top mounted voltmeter that connects to the top. It sits flush in the battery. What it'll do is it allows you to click and check the voltage of the battery, the state of charge, some general information about this battery. So there's no need to pull out a voltmeter to check something. If you push a button, it goes to sleep after 10 seconds, if that's the setting you choose, and it's done. That model also works for any of the 14 or 16 volt versions.
Yeah, one of the keys to that, Ben, that Shawn mentioned, stock alternator. Don't have to change your alternator. It will power and charge on a stock alternator. And it can work in conjunction with AGM batteries.
I'm sorry.
Two big features.
I had a hard time paying attention after you said, what, 15 years?
Correct.
And yeah.
Jeez. Okay. Yep. Loud and clear.
So a cool thing as far as I like to buy products that are going to hold their value and that I know is the best thing on the market for my dollar. This comes back to my audio scene in the beginning. I didn't have a lot of money, but I had big dreams, and I didn't know a lot. So I did a lot of research, and I tried to find the best things I could get for the money I could pay for, and something that I knew I could beat on, that I needed to get what I needed to get done and not break anything. And this is a perfect example of that. Obviously, you'll need to get with a distributor or a dealer for pricing on these products. But something like this, for example, you can expect 15 to 25 years out of. And this is the cool part. So you see a lot of LiPo4 or lithium iron phosphate product lithiums that have been in the market for a year or two. This is not that. This is lithium Titan 8, which is LTO. So the cool thing about this one is it will last 3 to 5 times, if not more, than that battery will, and it's much more forgiving to a total discharge scenario where you may damage a LiPo battery and when you have an issue where you discharge it by accident and you leave it on, you leave a relay on, you leave a radio on, you leave your headlights on, and it stays on for 2-3 days. You got your car and it's at 2 volts. You may have potentially damaged it. Now, obviously, we don't recommend that with the excess power Titan. We don't recommend that for any product, but there's a much less likelihood of this battery being damaged at all by that. What you would want to do is charge it up, go on about your way.
Loud and clear, sir.
So I did bring you another toy here. This is an XSV or XV series. This is what you would call your more daily driver. So I have a daily driver, and this is what's in it. It's not meant to be a high wattage replacement for a Titan 8. It's meant to be a daily driver, maybe a weekend car that just drives out on the weekends. You guys go for a cruise and park in the garage. A daily driver that doesn't have a lot of audio systems. So these are what we call extreme value. They're a considerable bit less, still made in the USA, but they're a considerable bit less than your Titan under the hood model. These are under the hood safe as well, but they give you a more cost-effective price in comparison. These are rated for somewhere in that 1,500 to 2,000 watt range. They can be used as secondary if you want to use that. Obviously, I would recommend a Titan for that because you'll get more power per wattage, or more power for the money. Here's an example of what I brought. This is an XV3400. So as you can tell, so when you go on our site and you do your OEM check and see what size battery you need, you go on there and it'll say, hey, you need a D3400 with terminals. And it'll tell you the terminals you need. It'll tell you the size battery you need. Oh, well, I was wanting lithium. Well, the D3400 is the same thing fitment-wise. It's the same exact case as the XV3400. Same beautiful top plate, same made in the USA on the top. Same performance, same great performance that you can expect. Same reliability, just good general information and good wattage rating with these as well. Cool thing about these two is that this weighs, I think, 7 to 8 pounds, maybe a little bit heavy. They're pretty ridiculous for what these are. You can expect easily 10 plus years out of this in a daily
10 plus years.
That is correct.
Can I ask a question here, Shawn? Because I'm asking on behalf of those who don't know. And maybe Kelly, you can help me with this. Like, what is the average price of something like this?
Retail. MSRP is around $1,000 Canadian.
Okay, so let's call it $1,000. Let's say that a traditional battery that you go to Canadian Tire to buy, decent one, not the lowest one, it's going to cost you $200, $250 maybe, right?
Right. 250,
So
300.
you're talking 4 times the price. Just for the exercise. How many years did you say that battery would last, Shawn?
This one's an easy 10-year rated. I give it a 10-year. It's conservative because some people are a little rougher on their products than others. I give it 10-year rated. There's not a doubt in my mind these can go 15 years.
And now,
without a doubt.
What about the temperature and maintenance or draining it dry, not charging it? Will it still come back? Like all those questions. Can you address that real quick?
Absolutely. Again, we love that. Me and Kelly. This is a Kelly and I conversation, pretty much right here. Kind of explaining to him kind of some of the features. So the cool thing about this is they're meant internally. They're beefed up to where they can handle the heat front of the hood. Now, obviously, in vehicles, we wouldn't want to mount this right next to a header. We wouldn't mount this right next to something extremely hot. No different than you would want to place a battery next to that. So it isn't like it's fireproof or it's heat proof at all. But it is a more heat routinely approved for under the hood. The cool thing we've got coming out also real quick before I move on, this piece comes out and that little display piece can go in. So you can see your state of charge, you can see your voltage, you can see some general information about the battery in that top little piece.
All right, no maintenance.
Correct. So obviously I recommend that you buy a charger with any battery you get, regardless. That's an alternator doesn't necessarily charge a battery, but it can maintain it. What we do like to recommend is that you do pick up a good charger, because it is good to throw your battery on a charger every once in a while, especially if you're an audio user that may drain it for prolonged periods of time. Having a good charger is pivotal to extending and maximizing your life and your investment out of your products.
And just to be clear, This is a special lithium battery charger that is required?
This can take AGM batteries or
AGM chargers.
So like a trickle charger for AGM batteries.
Yeah. So we have in stock the HF1208, which is the excess power 8 amp version. It is an AGM charger. It will do anything in the excess power lineup.
Yeah.
And when Shawn says about charging a battery, you should do maintenance on your battery every year. It doesn't matter where you've got your battery, whether it's excess power or it's Canadian Tire. That battery should have maintenance done on it every year. At least once a year on a charge top up to bring.
Right, so that doesn't change. That's a constant.
That doesn't change. That's a constant.
I'll guess what I'm after here is I just want to make sure that everybody understands and we all understand. You put this battery to replace your OEM battery under your hood. It doesn't have any extra maintenance, extra care required. Yes, it's more money. It's lighter, for sure. It's lighter, but we're talking 10 plus years of use. No problem. With confidence. Is from what Shawn's saying.
Correct.
Because I've changed my battery 3 times in 10 years.
Yes.
So,
and don't get the same performance.
I wanted to bring this up as well before we move on. This is a big point that if you're listening to this, that you need to really listen to this part, because it's a big deal. It's something completely different. This is what we do. So this is obviously really cool. Daily driver, no problem. This is really cool. Obviously, high output, new technology. Nobody else has it. What I want to bring up is we are releasing this year a Bluetooth module. Now, why that's important is the Bluetooth module will allow you to it bolts to the top of each one of our batteries, whether it be a Titan or an Extreme Value, and it allows you to basically have Bluetooth connectability to these products. The reason why that's a big deal is because you can look down at your phone. You can see the battery, the temperature of the battery. You can see what the voltage is at, how it's performing, its state of charge, general information on the battery. And what's even cooler is it brings the Titan warranty from 1 year to 4 years when purchased in conjunction. So you're going to have 3 extra years. You're going to have a 4-year warranty battery with something that is Bluetooth. If you're in the house and you're like, man, it's cold outside, it's whatever Kelly said, negative 100 or whatever it is up there. It's cold, and I want to know what my battery is at. You can look it up, and you can say, oh, okay, it's at 12.8. We're good. Or I left my lights on, and, you can have things like, I believe there's a notification system on it potentially where it'll tell you, okay, the battery's getting low. You need to turn this down. The battery's getting low. You need to go charge it. It's just a game changer in the audio world or in the marine world and in batteries in general. And that's, again, why you choose a true blue battery manufacturer, somebody who's done it like us, and will continue to set the tone for something like this.
Game changer. Total game changer. I mean, I can just see guys thinking about that right now, what you just said. That's some big news. When is that slated to be available?
believe it is Q2 of this year, potentially Q3. I'm expecting it about mid-year.
And this is through a downloadable app, I guess, iOS and Android.
Yes, absolutely.
And I'm guessing it's some type of small modular unit that just clips on top of the, or I'm not even sure, but I guess you'll come back and tell us.
Correct. You give Kelly a call and he'll be happy to tell you.
Sounds like a plan. All right. I'm sorry we spent a lot of time on this XV series. I think this is one that hits home for a lot of dealers who potentially might not have explored the lithium market yet, but this is a great entry point.
Absolutely. Right. So we've talked about this already, a little bit of our accessories. We offer full billet hold downs, whether it's the battery, whether it's the charger, whether it's anything, whether it's the wiring aspects or it's the fuse holders. You take pride in everything you do. Every product we make, we take pride in. We're happy to say Excess Power has engineered that, has made that, has improved on that, and it's just basically made the product the best we can. As you can see, our 527, which is basically a newer model of a hold down, it's a full billet hold down. We have some general other sizes that fit, like an HD 3400, which would be the hold down for a group 34. So that extreme value 34 we just looked at, if you wanted to mount one or in a boating application, those would work well.
It's almost show quality, right? The way that looks, very nice.
We try.
All right, here we go.
This is our AGM state of charge. This is just a simple graph for anyone wanting to screenshot something as far as general knowledge. If a dealer is on here and is interested in becoming an Excess Power dealer, but they go on our site and they don't go, well, I don't know a lot about batteries. I would love to sell them. I think my users could need them. They're asking for them, but I don't know a lot. The important part is knowing that we have the tools for you. We have the knowledge for you. If you need to ask, because we just want to make sure that you guys know what you're working with. If you have questions, if you know the product, it's easier to convince your consumer that product is the right choice for him. This is a perfect example of that. If you pull the battery out the box at 12.9, she's at 100%. If you're driving the road and she's, or you pull over and she's at 12.3, it's probably time to charge that battery. Just a general good open circuit voltage versus battery state of charge chart.
All right.
These are a couple of our chargers. The big red one, we have a show series called Street Outlaws, which is a huge thing down here in the United States. I'm not sure if it's a big deal in Canada or not.
No, not really.
Well, it's basically a street racing show that's huge in the United States. This is basically all you'll see. The big red charger on my right. If you're looking straight at the screen, that big red charger is what I call the premier racing charger. It does 12 volt, 14, and 16 volt. And to be honest, it just looks cool. I hate to say anything else. It just looks cool. It's just, if you want a good quality charger, you pick something up, it's heavy in your hands, it's quality, that's the charger to pick.
It looks like it means business.
Oh, that's exactly what it means.
Yeah, 100%. Those are the chargers you're referring to, Kelly?
No, we have the smaller HF 1208.
Okay.
The smaller version in front of the LI version. We also have one of the bigger Excess Power Performance IntelliChargers in stock as well.
All right, very good to know.
That is the IntelliSupply. That's last year's edition. It's the same general thing. The cool thing about this is the I would say like the little small screen on the side. You'll see the detached. That piece is really cool. I love encouraging dealers to put these in their shops. The reason why is because that charger is basically IntelliSupply. So it does charging for AGM. It does power supply mode, which is basically maintaining a voltage. Then it's got a recovery mode made for AGMs that have been potentially deeply discharged that need a slower amperage increase to not damage as it's being brought back up. The detached display on the right is basically what it sounds like. It's a remote detached display. So you could run that over and put it against the wall in the shop. And all you have to do is press the button. It lights up, tells you what the voltage is, what the state of charge is on the battery, and can let you begin charging without having to actually touch the charger. We see a lot of these in test and tune shops. We see a lot of these in shops where they may be on the dyno and they have a total loss vehicle that's doing repeated hits on the dyno and the battery may be getting low. These power supplies can be connected, providing in power supply mode at 12 volts, 14.4 volts, which is the general industry standard for a 12 volt charge at 14.4. providing consistent 14.4 to 14.8 voltage, allowing consistent testing, whether it be audio, whether it be marine. It's just an all-around good product to have in the shop, to be honest.
All right. We got to wrap it up here real quick, Sean. How many more slides do we got to go?
Just a few. So that one is obviously some jump packs, some newer models we've got. That's an isolator kit you can hit up Kelly about. We just released that this year. That is our some of our Lithium Fit. That's a Power Sports edition. As you can see, we've got a little bit of green imagery on there to kind of encourage the Power Sports applications. It's got quad terminals, so you can see the 2 mounting spots. That one is our D1200 PS1200 size battery. That's a 1200 series battery. Again, Power Sports, just bringing out the cool color of Power Sports.
Yeah, Power Sports are a wicked application for these batteries for sure.
There's your Titan 8, your under the hood model. Just wanted to kind of get a full shot of her.
Oh, that's the Street Outlaw show you were talking about.
That's the Street Outlaw show, and that was back in 2013. That kind of shows you how long we've been doing this, kind of how long we've been just enjoying making batteries and enjoying providing a good quality product to our customers.
And the star of the show, his name is Murder Nova.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
That is our audio side. So just some general different things about how we do audio. The bottom is a more of a 16-volt setup, and the top setup is using XP series, which is that supplementary battery we kind of highlighted in the beginning.
All right. Well, we're out of time, but I think we got a really good sense of the entire line. Kelly, it's pretty exciting, pretty darn exciting. And that announcement about that new item with extending the warranty to, was it 1 to 4 years? Is that what you said? Just to repeat?
Correct.
On Titan 8.
On Titan 8. That's a Bluetooth monitoring device.
Correct.
All right. Any last word, real quick, Sean, that you'd like to tell our Canadian dealers?
Yeah, we really appreciate anyone that's agreed to take on our products or is looking to take on our products. We love our brethren down here in the States, and we're excited to be expanding into Canada. And distributors like Importel are because of that. Reach out, if you decide you love our products, thank them for making one of the people the opportunity to bring this product line in and be able to provide you with the best batteries possible. We couldn't do it without people like them. Awesome, man. Thank you so much for spending time with us, and I know we'll be chatting soon. All right, you guys have a good day. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Sean, buddy. Take care, man.
Cool lineup, but good choice on taking that one on.
That is a
very impressive.
Yeah, we're incredibly excited about where this is going to go. It's just such a bandwidth of batteries and so many OEM opportunities, aftermarket opportunities. It's just, with the marine, the power sport, the under the hood, the reserve power, the off grid guys. It provides us with such an opportunity to expand into different marketplaces.
Yes, sir. It's that time. We got to talk about some specials.
Oh, yes, we do.
The specials. Yes, absolutely. So let's go ahead and start with this guy right here.
You doing JVC first?
Of course I am. Boom.
So we are going to run a JVC special till March 31st. We are going to give away, Importel has chosen to give away a KWZ1000W, one of the 10.1-inch screens. To get yourself entered into win this, you need to send an email to webmaster@importel.com, state promo code CMAJVC, and it's 1 entry per customer. And deadline to enter is March 31st. Draw will take place April 5th. Fortunately, we got a great bonus offer to go with this morning from our partner Series AGM and Ricky. He has thrown in a SXV300 tuner to pair with this radio, as well as 1 year of all access subscription free of Series AGM.
That's amazing. One-time use, right? I mean, one-time order. 1 entry?
1 entry per customer.
All right.
State your full name, company name, and contact details, please.
Webmaster@importel.com. CMAJVC is the promo code. What else we got? We got more. We got more than that.
We got more than that.
Let's
got lots.
See. Why don't we go with this one right here?
So we're also to March 31st. We are allowing all our customers online to place 1 order and receive a 5% discount on all discountable products. This offer is also valid to March 31st. It's one-time use per customer, so one time you can do this. Promo code needs to be stated in the comments section on your web order, and the code is CMAIW-IMP5.
You have it, guys. And that's also one use per customer.
One use per customer.
But it's on any product.
Any products that are discountable.
Gotcha. And one last one, you got to pay attention on Thursday, Kelly.
Yeah, this is just a little teaser for everybody. We're going to be with Fred on Thursday at 7 to 8:30. We're going to be announcing another exclusive prize draw. So tune in to Arc Audio at 7 p.m. on Thursday night.
Still not going to give the details yet, are you?
Absolutely not.
Sounds good. Kelly, thanks for joining me on this one. It's been a hoot. A couple more to go, but it's been going great, and we'll keep the good times rolling.
Absolutely. Thanks, Ben.
Cheers. There you have it, guys. Excess Power. Thank you to our guest, Shawn Mayo from Excess Power that joined us. If you're looking for some cool AGM or lithium technology batteries, looks like Importel has the ticket. Hey, thanks for tuning in to some more CMA Industry Week. I'm your host, Ben Wu. Until next time, we connect.